Hey, good evening, Debbie. It's Cleve.
Hi, Khalid.
Hi, good evening, Debbie. How are you doing?
How are you? Total darkness. Khalid, where's everyone?
Debbie, I do not know.
Yes, everybody didn't get the memo.
Oh, they got the memo on Thursday and Friday.
I know. Well, this, oh, it's just the two of us on.
Oh, well, just the two of us.
Okay. Well,
Well,
we'll see what happens.
yeah, I'm on standby.
We are here.
Oh, happy that the message is from you. I said, "Oh, we received a mess." Oh, hey, Katie, we have somebody coming in.
Okay. What the hell? Hi, everyone. Khalid,
Yes, good evening, Debbie.
I see 917-476-5581. Is that,
I wonder, because I'm assuming it might be Greg Clark. Number ending in, oh,
5581, is that,
Gonzalez.
Gonzalez? Okay, perfect.
Ye- Yes.
The name.
we're gonna give folks at least, another 5 minutes before we start?
Okay.
I think that's fair enough. Someone's speaking, but I can't.
Oh, that is Bishop Gonzalez background.
Oh, I thought she was saying something. And Katie Naplatarski.
Yeah, Naplatarski, hi.
Katie, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm well, thank you.
I'm not gonna be staying on for too long, but I just wanted to
Okay,
join you a
no
little.
problem. We're happy
Thank you,
to have you on.
thank you.
So you're gonna be on for approximately how long?
Oh, just like 20 minutes or so. I just wanted to see how these forums work and committees work and stuff.
Are you on the
I'm
community?
new to it. No, I'm not. I'm not.
Okay, so what brings you?
Hi. I'm actually, in full disclosure, I live in a different community board.
Okay,
And I'm just curious how the Zoom forum works because we're using WebEx. And it's very
oh,
difficult for an attendee with WebEx. So I'm sorry to crash your, your meeting, but
That's fine,
I'm really
Katie.
glad to meet you on the other side of, well,
what board are you?
oh, I'm in North Brooklyn,
North?
yeah,
Okay.
so. Sorry.
Katie, I just want to say really quick that we actually alternate between WebEx and Zoom. And earlier we've had issues with WebEx, definitely. So I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
As of lately, I can't say that we've had any real problems. Maybe WebEx administration has worked on those bugs on their end. But yeah, we
Okay.
alternate between Zoom and WebEx. But yeah, we prefer Zoom because we have had minimal issues with Zoom.
Okay,
I
thank
just
you
want to
for
give you
letting
that
me know.
background. That's all. Okay.
Yeah, the thing is with, thank you so much. With our forum,
Mhm.
attendees cannot see who the other attendees are. Can't even see the list.
Really? Okay. I would then recommend, and has your office already gone into the settings for your account? Because you go through the settings and you make sure it's as transparent as possible, aside from certain, freedoms for participants and such like that.
Yes, I agree. So it should be the case.
Right,
That's-
right.
We
Okay.
can't also attendees cannot read the chats of other attendees.
Unless you mean the private messages, right? Because, there
No,
is
I mean chats.
all chats, really?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, interesting. Wow. All right.
okay. Thanks. I'm just, we're
Of
all
course.
trying our best. I'm just. but-
Yeah, of course. Feel free to just send an inquiry anytime. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. Thank you so
No.
much.
You know, it's
Sorry, Debbie.
no problem. It's a difficult one that we're dealing with right now. So
Yes.
hopefully that, will be over soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see, it's 1 more minute. I will give these folks. Khalid,
Yes, Debbie.
so there was one person that, my understanding is that one person left the board. Was that one of my committee members?
Um,
I
so
don't,
as far as I am aware, one board member has, made notice of a resignation, but nothing has been formalized as of yet. I made the inquiry to Mia earlier today to, find out what the status is, and there hasn't been any developments in terms of a formal notice of resignation. But you're probably talking about Michelle DeRosier Caldwell.
right,
Let me check the
leave. She's one of the committee members.
right. Let me check. Give me 1 second.
I have to read my list again, and since I'm not able to get to the office to create my list of members and committee members so that I can,
I can send you an updated list.
because I normally, what, are you at the office any day this week?
It really depends on if there's something that needs to be done. So normally, most definitely, I'm always there on the Fridays, but during the weekdays, I could be in there for a couple of hours if there's something that needs to be taken care of.
Yeah,
And if there's something that you need, just let me know. And if I have to go to the office, I'll make the time to head in. And yes, Michelle DeRosier Caldwell is a part of the Economic Development Committee.
is right.
She is, yes.
Yeah. All right, so it's let's say 7:15 p.m. And I am going to start this meeting because I believe in starting meetings on time. I think, people's
Yes.
time is important and, shouldn't be taken for granted. So we will start the meeting. And I'm going to call the meeting to order at 7:15 p.m. Reverend Gonzalez,
Yes,
how are you? I
yes,
guess
Madam Chair.
you and I, Happy New Year to everyone again. I sent it in the
Thank you.
Yes. So it's you and I and our 20-minute guest, Katie. So, the usual, I'm gonna ask for a word of encouragement during these dark times. We need all of what we can get right now, so.
Yes, indeed.
Mhm. So it's all yours.
Hold on. I want to make sure you can hear me.
Okay.
Can you hear me, Debbie?
Yes, it's a little blurry, but
Hello?
yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. Hold on. Can you hear me, Debbie?
Yes, much better.
You can, I don't know what's going on with my thing.
I'm
Oh,
here
I'm so sorry.
clearly.
Okay. Well, Madam Chair, as you have so eloquently stated that we are in some turbulent time in our nation and in our world. The soul of our nation is right now under, and our democracy is under, I wouldn't say siege, but we are kind of hanging in a balance where our humanity has really been challenged.
Mhm.
But I want us to understand that God did not give us the spirit of fear, but the spirit of power. For God has given these angels that belong to him or her charge over our lives, lest we dash our feet against the stones of hatred and sickness and griefs and death, sufferings and disappointment. But we will stand tall, and we will not be afraid of the arrow that fleeth by night, nor the pestilence that walketh at noonday. For God is in charge, and we are holding on to a greater power than ourselves. A universe that looks down and accounts for all of us according to our deeds. Eternal God, we raise our hands in gratitude to you for sparing our nation from shame and disaster. And though, eternal God, we are saddened right now because of the things that have happened and the lives that have been lost, we are confident that we are not alone. We are confident, eternal God, that you are by our side and that you are in charge, and all will be well. We lift up our nation. We lift up our leaders from all corners of this nation. And we ask that you surround them with your arms of protection and your voice of guidance, that they, eternal God, will hear you and understand that you are taking full charge of their lives. I lift up our leadership in CB9, all those, eternal God, that sit on the executive board, that they too will be protected and guided, that the office, eternal God, and those that sit within it will also be protected and guided. Our nation is in trouble, and we understand that, but we will not be afraid, for we can call upon you. We ask that you bless Debbie. Bless her, eternal God, from the crown of her head to the sole of her feet. We ask, eternal God, that you bless Fred. Remember them, eternal God, for this is a perilous time, and we dare not say who we can trust or what might be lurking around the corner from us. But we know, eternal God, with you in our vessel, we will smile at the storm. Remember our nation. Remember the world that our nation represents and our democracy that is right now shuddering and shaking, but not without your presence and not without our hope that no weapon formed against us shall prosper. For you are in charge, and to honor and glory will be given to you as we wait upon your victory, as we struggle through this moment of uncertainty, only knowing that you are in charge of all of us. And to God be the glory, great things to be done. So it is, and so it shall be. Amen.
Thank you for the word. Thank you, thank you, thank you, as usual. Okay, so we're going to move on to, there's no, well, we can ask Katie to introduce herself. I don't know if you heard when she spoke a little while ago, Rev, but she's from
Yes,
another
I did.
community board in the North Brooklyn section. And her name is Katie. You can pronounce your name, Katie.
also Naplatarski, and I want to say that I came here to, find out what I talked about, but I'm really glad I was here because to hear those words is what I've needed like the whole week. So I really, really appreciate it. But
I would never start my meeting without a word from her.
it was just beautiful. I so appreciate it. And
you.
I'm going to sign off now, but we've only met for 5-10 minutes, but it's been really nice meeting you.
And you can always come back.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Katie.
Thank you so much. And thank you,
Thank
Bishop.
you, Katie.
Thank you, Ms.
God
Timothy.
bless you.
You
Well,
too. God bless you. Bye.
okay. So Rev,
Yes, darling.
it's you and I. And Khalid,
Wow.
I believe.
You know,
Yes, and
You
we
know,
also have
Debbie,
a number
it's-
ending in 8420. I
right, I
don't know
see that. Yeah.
if
I don't know who that is.
to identify themselves so I can name them properly in the chat.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'll be on standby.
Okay.
you know, Debbie, this is just such a time for us, all
Yeah.
of us,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I can very well understand. I think like everyone else, we are just kind of in a daze. I don't think we're lost, but I think we're in a daze to believe that our nation
Mm-hmm.
could be desecrated in the manner in which it has been, and the effects of that on all of our lives.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I keep telling my students, what if those votes were taken?
Oh my God, I would have been. I think I would have been in the streets.
Yeah. What? And see, most people, Debbie, most people just does not understand we're on right now.
Think about the fight to have to get to do that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Oh my God, that would have been a dagger in my heart. I can't.
I want to know who is that young lady that ran back in. It's like running in the heart of the fire
Mhm.
to pick up the box and run with it. Everybody was going through the door and they wanted her not to go back in, and she ran back in
Mhm.
and grabbed the box
Ah.
and took off with it.
So-
What would have been?
Mhm.
This is something that I'm not sure we all understand, because he would still be president
Absolutely.
past the 20th,
Mhm.
because everything has to go back almost to a beginning,
Right.
to every state. That's the chaos that God's
Hello.
hand
Good night.
has delivered us from.
Yep.
Hello, good night, Debbie.
Hi. Who's on there?
Hey, it's Greg. It's Greg.
Hi,
What's
Greg.
up?
How are you?
I didn't know how to unmute myself before. I couldn't. I heard Khalid. I heard y'all talking. I had to call back and find out. I didn't know what was
Happy
going
New
on.
Year.
I can't hear you. What's up? What did you say?
I said Happy New Year to you.
So yeah, happy holidays to everyone, to you as well, Khalid, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Good to hear from you. Glad everybody's doing well.
Yes, glad to hear from you as well. Glad to hear from everyone. So it's
hang on.
myself, Reverend Gonzalez, and
Debbie,
yes.
you know the greatest disappointment that we face now
Mhm.
as a committee,
Yes.
I believe, is the fact that they had just passed that bill to help small businesses.
Right.
And throughout this pandemic, it has been, you know, your request
Mhm.
that we help so many people.
Right.
And every meeting we have thought and spoken about how we can reach out and touch them. And
Right.
this glimmer of hope came.
Mhm.
And now this fog of disappointment and to some point uncertainty.
And it's so funny that
And that's sad.
I thought about that today.
Yes.
Mhm.
Everything that we had planned that we could have done
Exactly.
is now on a back burner.
Back burner.
I'm not even sure what we can talk about today because it's like there are much greater things ahead
Well, I mean,
that we have to be concerned about.
well, I think that we can actually talk about the current situation and tie it into, how we can move forward beyond this, once, there is calm to this storm. I mean, I don't know, what that will be, but there's a lot of stuff that needs to be unraveled.
So I'm not sure what y'all talking about.
So we were pretty much talking about the current crisis in our nation.
What's going on in Washington?
Yes, which ties into everything else, everything that we, we look forward to as a community, helping, our community, our local business.
Well, you're right, and you're right. But I would say, like, regardless of what's going on, you still got to push forward and not focus on that as much as you can, because you can't sit here, because it's like saying you're just gonna sit down and stare out the window all day.
Well, no. We were just talking about, moving. How
Oh,
do we, move beyond this?
oh, just continue. I would say continue doing what you're doing, especially if you're doing good things. I heard the pastor saying a prayer before.
Right.
I mean, you continue living like you live. I mean, obviously, if the moment, brings itself to do something more, and it's something that you're able to do, you do that. But to try to do things above and beyond, unless you're capable, is just asking a bit much from some people who are actually going through a lot as is right now. So like, are they fighting like
Yeah.
several different fronts at the same time, right?
So
That's so true.
Yeah.
And
That's-
some of them
that's-
don't
that's
have no
very
money.
true.
Yeah, some of them don't have no money on top of it, so they're definitely not thinking about anything.
Absolutely. We
So
think about, during the holidays, people standing on lines for food to feed their families, which you should never see in the richest country in the world. I mean, and it's so prevalent, the homelessness, the hunger. It's quite disturbing to me. Um, and just the thought about it. I mean, it's like I fast because I feel as though the little that I have, I mean, I'm grateful, I appreciate, and to know that there's people out there, that have these needs, and it's there, but still it's not there. It's disturbing to me. Um, but I always believe that there is always a light at the end of the tunnel. You need
Indeed.
a little time, but for me, I'm always hopeful that
But as you say, the light at the end of the tunnel, and I think sometimes the things we do individually and together
yeah,
provide those things as well. As small or as big as it can be, because you're doing something. So
Mhm.
in turn, I figure like it adds. Like if you're doing something, you may not know I'm doing something. I may not know the pastor's doing something. But and then we come together in these meetings. But that's why I say this to continue, because as tough as it can be, you got to keep moving forward.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah,
We
you
don't
know.
have a choice. We
Well,
cannot let the enemy defeat us.
yeah. So,
So pretty much, Reverend, I believe that we should just continue our dialogue.
Yes, definitely.
Just keep talking, keep, pushing, and hopefully at some point we'll be able to do some of
We
those.
we dare not turn back now, Debbie.
Oh no.
We dare not turn back now. It
Oh, no.
was this PPE, the last one that they approved for.
Right.
and the fact that the new administration, would be coming in, we kind of felt a kind of ease,
Yes.
like things are going to move better. And with the plan that our committee had, to go out and speak to people who are in direct straits with their businesses,
Right.
to ensure that those who didn't know, one of the things that we said we would have done
Right.
is we will try to educate them how they can go about accessing these funds,
Right.
since it is mostly now towards the people that are really in need.
Exactly.
And then this, and
So
then
Debbie,
this.
like,
It's not for us to just sit
sorry.
back and go, we can't do it. But it definitely puts, a hump that
Yes.
we have to now get over in order to get to those ideas that we have spoken about for months.
Right.
Sorry, Pastor, I didn't mean to jump in when you were speaking. What I was thinking, since everybody does this Zoom thing and this technology thing, if you have the information, why don't you bring the people to you instead of always having to go to them, especially given the current climate, right? Why don't you create a video and give the information out and then give them the contact information and spread the video around on all your social media and stuff like that for all the small businesses. I mean, along with whatever else you're doing, but currently people are just watching everything right now, right? So why don't you do something like that? I mean, you could film it in the office or somewhere professional. I'm not really sure what's comfortable, but do that with all the information. And I mean, I'm not sure how you can make it, but if you can get, I mean, I don't think you need anybody. I just think you need yourself, particularly in just relaying the information and they can contact you. But people like visuals. So if you could get another representative or something like that, I'm sure it'll make it more nicer, stuff like that. So that's an idea.
Yes, that's a magnificent idea to utilize the social media to get the message out to those people, in CB9 that would be needed, would need it. And I believe that we were getting some information from the office as to who these people are, these business people are in CB9. So that's a good idea. Or who puts it together? When I say who puts it together, is we obviously would have to have, a Zoom setup that people can either come there or something like a commercial that you will send out to everybody. So you got to have the filming, right?
Right.
Yeah,
You have to
I
have
a
the
media
agenda.
company for that. I have a media company.
Oh, there
that
you
can do
go.
that stuff.
There you go.
But
There you
but
go.
I was just thinking like you would make a video and then they could contact you because you're gonna have a meeting. You don't know who's gonna come. I mean, you can do that too. But I always feel like because you can always schedule a meeting, right? But if you have the information out
Then
there, you can get all the contacts and then you can actually make a meeting with those people or the public. It just gives
I
you
like it.
and that thing consistently circulates. You know what I mean? Like it's like 24-hour circulation. So they'll see it. Somebody comes home late. Things like that. Kind of convenient if you want to say that. And you
Yeah,
can put it on
that's
you
really
can put it on the website and stuff like that too. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you
That
again.
was one of the plans
no, that's okay. I think it's a brilliant idea that, out of this chaos, we're coming with something that can really escalate the things that we want to get done in spite of.
right.
I like that. And since the media company will be available to give us assistance, I think that would be even better.
Right, because we were going to use the CB9 social media sites to post
Okay.
that information. So I guess we can still go ahead with something, planning something like that.
Yeah, we got to coordinate it because again,
Yes.
everybody,
Yeah.
even though I appreciate the idea, like it's a good idea, but the person has to be comfortable. I don't know if Debbie wants to. I'm just a suggestion to everybody to have their input and come to some kind of conclusion. But the person got to be comfortable you know, and again, it's just like you want to call it a PSA, you can call it something like that. Obviously, it can look nice, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, or whoever wants it. If
So here's my, sorry.
go ahead. No, please.
I was just
Please, go ahead.
thinking that do we have, maybe I have to ask Khalil this question. Do we have to get approval in order to do that from maybe the chair or the executive board? I'm not sure.
Well,
Oh, I'm sure.
give us an idea as to what that would entail.
That's right.
And then we
Yeah, I forget. Sorry, Debbie. Go ahead.
then we can put something in writing and present it if it's complicated. If not, then I guess as a committee we can just put it out there.
Yeah, as long as we get the okay from Borough or from our chair, they would know, what our limitations would be. And to my brother's point, you can do your piece from your house, and the next person can do their piece from their house. Just like they do it on national television. Everybody's talking, but they're speaking from the safety of their home, given, the condition of the virus and, them asking us to just keep our distance and make sure things are okay. So if we can just get a sign off on that this is something that we can do, by all means, I think we can now correspond with each other and put an agenda together and get that approved and do this piece. I think that's a brilliant idea.
Cool. So I just wanted to be a little more clear with it. Because I hear two ideas going, which is kind of the same, but the first one I was mentioning was maybe two people. I don't know if Pastor, if you wanted to do it, and Debbie, I don't know. Again, I don't want to volunteer anymore. But relaying the information, it could be as many people as wanted to, and it be filmed, or they could film it in their house, and the videos could be pieced together,
Yes.
and the message could get out, and all the information could be put on subtitles and stuff like that, contacts, numbers, anything extra that's needed. And also, what I was hearing also is that a Zoom, like kind of a Zoom, which is what the community board, Khalid, is using right now. I'm sure, I don't know if everybody called in, but I'm sure you also have the visual capability towards it. So the video part is to pretty much, as you were saying, we can put it on all the social media, as I was alluding to. You could put that on all the social media and it can be replayed all the time.
Mhm.
That's why I said I just want to make sure everybody, whoever's comfortable with that. I mean, obviously, it's official video. You want to get the approval for that. But the second part I was hearing was everybody being able to participate. So maybe that's something else that could be done in accordance with that. Having like a Zoom public meeting. Again, I don't know all the people that comfortable with it, but maybe they'll participate. But those are the two separate ideas I was hearing there. So one is to create a video with whoever wants to participate, relaying the information, giving the information so that each business or whoever needs to get this specific information can get it through a video medium, which is circulating through social media. And the other is like a public meeting or something like that through Zoom, I'm assuming, where everybody can participate.
But I thought the first one, either one, we would need to get approval, and that's just what I was saying. It doesn't matter which one.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's fine.
Right. It's just to get if we get the approval, then one is I think quicker than the other.
Okay.
One would take more time in order to get done. But I'm just saying, there's some things I don't know much about, those things for the board. So we would want to know if this would be okay, if Debbie decided that what she wanted to do is get her group together and get something out on social media. As you can understand right now, social media is something that has become a part of the chaos.
Yes,
It
absolutely.
wouldn't. It
Well, I don't
wouldn't.
want
It
to say.
wouldn't.
I don't want to say that. I want to say to people the way that social media is utilized. Because people have a tendency to take instruments that could be used to do good things. If you want to, categorize it like that, and they take it to do extreme things. So I don't want to, condemn these tools that we use
No,
that
we
sometimes that help us a lot. you know.
no, we're not condemning. That would be foolish to condemn. But we also know that based on what's happening now, I was just saying, because there are regulations now that are going to become, strict for all of us. It doesn't matter who
well,
you are,
yeah,
So
that's the
it
bad.
might be it might be uh, affecting. It might affect our board. It might affect what I do at my school. We don't
Yeah.
know. I'm just saying, but never to give up social media. I think it has its value and should always be honored with dignity.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with that. I just sometimes think people, need to take responsibility with some of the things they're doing, because then, as you say, a lot of people get affected by it,
Yes. All the
and
time.
everybody doesn't conduct themselves that way.
All the time.
Yeah.
Right. That's why I wanted to know what can you put together in terms of, whether it's a video, what would be that layout? So if we need to get,
You're talking about for what I was just mentioning.
Yeah.
I mean, the
Oh,
meeting would be something that,
all right. So it would be simple. I was thinking like it could be like it's probably going to be a minute or two, depending on the amount of information you would have.
right.
You could be sitting at a desk, and I'm just saying you, Debbie, because you know, you're in charge of the group.
The chair. Yes.
Um, yeah. So again, I'm not, volunteering you. So
I think
whoever wants to do it, or you could do it. But pretty much the idea is to just be straight. It's probably a minute, maybe even less. But you would be relaying the information. Like, say, for example, you have small business information. Okay, you would just be saying it. Obviously, you want to be charismatic. You're engaging in the video, right? Engaging. And it would be set somewhere, wherever you like, wherever you're comfortable. You could film it in your house from your computer, and if you have a nice set, and I could like edit it. If you wanted to, I mean, I don't know, you can't go anywhere now, so I guess that's pretty much it. So if you wanted to do that, or again, I could meet you somewhere. We could film it in like in the library. I don't know what places are open, so I can't tell you that, but something like that could happen. But pretty much that's what it is. The simplest thing, maybe you could film it in your house if you have a nice area, and I can put it together. You would have all the information. You would be reading off or just relaying the information to small businesses where they would contact. Who's a good person for them to get in touch with? The community board information for them to get in touch with, numbers, things like that, and anything they may need to know that's just general information or not general information. So pretty straightforward.
I think it's just a matter of compiling that information and maybe,
But
uh-huh.
don't try to do too much,
No,
but
I'm
just do what you,
like
because
small business services, what's that, the Impact Brooklyn,
Exactly. Exactly,
but
Debbie. That's
but
what I
that's
was
what you,
thinking.
so I
but
mean, I
that's what you said.
all that information
Yeah,
together with the contact and the numbers and all that stuff, and
but but you just do a few. You don't want to,
yeah,
because then they're gonna contact you. Then they're gonna contact you, like, or hit the or hit the contact. And this is where I think the idea expands, where you can have public, because then you have the what exactly they need, because unless you're gonna make a longer video, you're not gonna get, regardless of how long, it's not gonna get every piece of. There's always gonna be something that's forgotten, right? So
or
you just want to just try to pick the main things that are going to trigger like you said, all these other things that impact. Because see, now this is what you want. I would assume this is what you want to happen, right? You want them to see it, and then they're thinking about all these things they need, so they're giving you this information, and then from there you can build on it because you have some form of contact and some kind of understanding of actually what they need. Maybe I'm
Mhm.
just saying, I'm not. Yeah, I just figure this builds a rapport in the communication. So try to get as much out as you can, but you don't want to overload.
No. I would
Because
be
yeah,
five for the most, five organizations or agencies, maybe cities,
yeah.
state, and um, local,
Mhm.
so like
I'm
five.
thinking. Yeah, I'm with whatever information you want to put out. Like
Yeah.
however long you want it to be. I'm just giving you a template because I'm just saying keep it short, sweet,
So,
packed full of
so, so,
points.
so,
Sorry. Go ahead.
I would say
Can I say something when you get a chance?
city
Hi, good evening, everyone.
I
impact.
cannot. Good evening.
Good evening, everyone. This is Nick Armono. How are you?
Plus, how are you? Happy New Year.
Good
Happy
evening.
New Year.
Happy New
Happy
Year.
New Year, Debbie. Yeah, a couple of questions I have. I've been listening to the conversation, and the question I have really is pertaining to that. Now, I have a business in CB9, a barber shop. It's a cash business, and he's been trying to get some help. And that's the question I asked him. Do you have, they're most likely going to have to see your books and stuff like that. How do you have such a business? So the thing is, based on the suggestion that's being made, this is the kind of information we're going to put out there if you're putting a PSA or a short video on social media or on the website, what business will need in order to access what's out there. Because he's talking about the person I spoke to, he needs rent relief. I don't know how much of the rent moratorium cover him. You understand what I'm saying? But I think he's running a cash business. There's no books, there's nothing.
Oh my
So
God.
what are the requirements in order for a business to access any of those help that's out there?
Okay,
That
so
could be just one big video.
Nicholas, information we have, I believe you were on the meeting when the small business services did the presentation.
I don't know if he was there, Debbie, but I do know that we have spoken about that in one of our meetings about making sure that the people that weren't able to access the funds because of what it was their books or they didn't understand,
Right.
that I think if I was right, that we were going to join with Medgar Evers with the legal firm there to have people know that they can go there and they would be able to get help to set up their books.
Right, and also small business services for the city.
You know,
A bunch of programs that is accessible to small businesses.
yeah.
The
You
state
see,
has
maybe
programs and the city has programs.
we could expand
Impact book.
this thing.
Even you strictly cash business?
Hey, maybe what I'm thinking is maybe we could expand it too because I see what the young lady is saying about, or the person is saying about the cash businesses and stuff like that. Because I think for the PSA, it would be a little bit hard to get all of that information in. But what I think is with that, you could expand and do another maybe video series on things like that, and then another one on different aspects of these these things that the businesses may need with people from like Impact Brooklyn or the other places that facilitate these things, you know what I mean? So they can get the direct information from those sources and they can have a visual of it too, you know? So maybe it could be expanded so you could have like a different aspects
Because
of
what
it
I did after the
with
meeting, once I
with
received contact information, I sent it on to all of the committee members
Because
so that they
I
can
think the
on to, you know, businesses as they, you know, walk around the neighborhood.
I'm with it with whatever with that. I just think the first one should be more informational because see, it's doing what we're doing right now. It's getting all of that stuff that you need so you can get the direct like, okay, I need to contact these people so these people will get this information so we have a understanding and like direct like so they can get all this information. So we need to know what happens with cash businesses, I guess. I mean, I'm sure you may know or not, but stuff like that. So just to be more specific.
And Debbie, I think one of the things that we have been hearing around the political arena is that one of the things that they want to do now is to make sure that people who have their business and are doing business with cash, that they would be able to get the PPE in spite of the fact that they're getting cash, because it's really a small business that needs the help, and we should be helping small businesses. I mean, in the government, no matter what way you bring your money in, it's small business. You're still hiring somebody, or you hired yourself, and that should have been taken into consideration. And I think this is the second arm of that we're looking forward to, some clarity from our government, how it's going to work now for the barbershop who only connects money in cash.
Well, I would say from what I know about that, because I have a business, and this is not definite, but I did go to get that PPP loan is there and not there, because now it's going to be more stringent. The initial time that people applied for it, maybe you could have got through, maybe so, but now I'm not really sure, because I also looked at the new small business loan, and it's a little, or maybe a lot different, or maybe a lot more intrusive than it was before. So if the business does not keep books and stuff like that, it's going to be a little difficult. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I do know you got to have books, and you got to have checks like payroll or something like that. And you need to be able to present that to the bank. Yeah. So sorry, go ahead, Debbie. You can continue from there.
No, I was gonna say, yeah, you're gonna have to keep books, and you have to have, your tax document, because unless they rewrite the qualifications for, the original document that went out, so that it can reflect the people, the small businesses that, with the tax way, but I doubt that that's going to happen. So that's a tough call. I mean, the only thing that I can think of is that, to provide them with information that they can speak with someone at, the small business services office, and or maybe the Chamber of Commerce, get some assistance in terms of, having a system where they can have, an accountant take care of their resources for them.
That's
Debbie, many years ago, you could not purchase. We're from the Caribbean, and we have this thing that we call susu. Some people call it a partner, and there are other names for it. But that's how a lot of Caribbean people really purchase their homes, because banks weren't lending you any money. So you join your susu, you get your money, and you pay your deposit down. And I remember that Una Clark was the one who fought the banks to accept the money, because they usually want to know where you get the money from.
Right.
They're not giving you anything unless you tell them where you get your money from.
Yes.
And I remember that Dr. Una Clark was the one who fought for us to be able to use our partner money in order to get loans from the bank to buy our properties and do our businesses. And somewhere along the line, I believe I heard that there was going to be some adjustment for people who really do have small businesses, but didn't keep those books and don't have those books, but do employ other people. So, it's like, well, we're going to look at this. Here's your opportunity, and this is how you can access it. And I might be wrong, but I think that's what I heard. And we can definitely pursue that to find out if there's an amendment, and if that's the case, whom do we ask?
I don't want to say you're wrong, but I spoke to the
For
SBA.
clarification.
You're not wrong. I don't know either. I don't have definite information, but I spoke to the SBA like 2 days ago. I did call them. They don't, as for filing for PPP loans and stuff like that, you can go on there and file for a PPP loan or an SBA loan. So basically, if you have a business, you can file for an SBA loan where they, go through your information and give you a loan, but you have to repay that. The interest rate, I think, is 2.5 interest. It's accrued every year, so I guess you have to, divulge into that kind of information. As for the new stimulus or whatever they're passing out, they said they have no information on how that's going to be divided yet, from what I hear.
I
was 2
would.
days ago.
Yeah, and I think that's true. That was what I was saying, that after we have put all of this together and we have this idea, now we have this block, this myth that is in front of us. Not that we can't get over it, but you know how it is. We thought we could have kicked the can down the road earlier, and now it seems like there will be a little delay. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting wrong information, but I thought that it was not only the banks now that were going to be able to give those PPE. It would not just go through a bank, but there are other sources to which we can get, people will be able to access those funds. And Debbie, you know what? I will make a call, and I can call you and let you know if I misunderstood.
Okay, but
whether or not this would be the case.
Yeah,
I will make a call. I will make a call by Friday. I should get something to you. If you don't hear from me, please call me, because I have another parent who had the COVID-19 and came out of the hospital, and then a day ago was rushed back again with her heart problem. So I'm in a throw here of another member of my community being, attacked by this virus.
yeah.
So if you don't hear from me by Friday, Debbie, call me. And you could call me at night. During the day is a little bit tricky, but if you call me in the evening, you can get me, because during the day I'm in the class.
Okay, fine. But one of my questions to Mr. Parker from the Small Business Services, when he did the presentation, was whether they had a formula for the resources that they were expecting for small businesses. And he said that, he wasn't sure how, because I said if the big businesses get a hold of those resources again, it wouldn't get to where they're supposed to be going.
Mm-hmm.
And his response was that he wasn't sure how that would be handled.
I would say this.
Yeah.
Everything that's being said is correct, but if you have a business, you got to fight for your business. This is what I'm going to tell you.
I agree.
You have to go and fight for your business. That means you got to go, regardless of what we're saying here, and and the information is provided. You got to go dig and research and push.
You can't
because
someone to do it.
yeah,
You have to get out there and try to get on top of things for yourself as well.
Yeah, that's the most important thing, because you may get through where others may not.
Exactly.
So
that's correct.
Exactly. So,
That's so correct. But I think what we provide to the best of our ability is a support system
that will help those who feel like I've tried everything and I've
Oh yeah.
not been successful. And Debbie, you know, with whatever we have to offer, can say, "Here's a hand." You know, we
Oh,
don't know
yeah,
how
I
far
don't-
we can take you.
Yeah,
But-
please don't get me wrong. Yeah, I was
No,
just
no,
saying
no,
that
you're-
for those.
no,
yeah.
no, no. I think we're saying the same thing. I'm just
Okay,
saying,
okay.
yes, we want to go and we want the small businesses to go. But, you know, some small businesses are at the point where they've been begging and trying and nothing happened. And so we're given an olive branch to say, you know, we're going to try to help you to move forward, because people have put their hands down because they couldn't do it anymore. Like, this is more than enough. I've done everything and all the doors were closed, which was exactly truth. Now we have a glimmer at the end of the, you know, the tunnel, and we want to grab as much radiant light from that as we can.
Right. And this is one of the reasons why I stress having, you know, the board needs to, you know, have a listing of all community businesses. I mean, even the ones that don't have an email address, you know, so that we know that they are still up and running, so that we know that, you know, we can, whether we have to walk to them at some point, we know that they are there, so that we can, you know, walk there and find out what are their needs. You know, because if we can't, even if we wanted to do a survey to get a sense, we're not going to be able to get it to everyone, because everyone is not doing social media. So there are going to be some businesses that we're going to have to walk to say, you know, we're here for you. You know, what are your needs? You know, or provide them with the information that we have. Reach out to this organization or this agency. We're not going to be able to get everybody with social media. So it's important that the community board, again, you know, build on, you know, a listing, a spreadsheet of all these businesses in the community, so that, you know, we can be better serving the community. And, you know, it's frustrating that I, you know, I went above and beyond to get that information from this group in my office, and, you know, nothing was done with it. So I don't know, maybe I will take a look at it again and see how I can break it out into a spreadsheet. Otherwise, you know, we're not going to get anywhere, because, you know, we don't have a proper listing. And I'm surprised that, you know, in a community with so many businesses, you know, there's nothing there that's ready to, you know, ready for when you want to, you know, be up and running.
So what are you saying? They don't have a contact sheet? Because I saw the list you're talking about. What do you specifically want from them, and what do you want to do with it? Like, you want to be able to contact them on a regular basis, or you want them to be able to contact you on a regular basis?
Say that again?
Or something. I said, what would you like to accomplish with it? Like, I saw the contact sheet, but what do you want to get from it? Like, do you want more contacts, or do you want them to be able to? Are you trying to create more of a rapport with the businesses, or just let them know that the board or the committee is there to support them, or something like that? I'm trying to understand.
I mean, if you want something to get out to someone, you have to have information about them, whether it's an email address, whether it's a mailing address, whether it's a phone number. You want to make sure that you have all those things in place.
Okay, so that's what you're trying to get. So you're trying to get all the information on the business.
Right. So you need, yeah. I mean, if you want to send a
Okay.
pass out, you have that information readily available for any event or anything that has to do with the community board. And
So you
that,
could, so you just talking about an email list, so you could send them stuff out.
yeah, you can send a blast out, the ones that because you're not
Okay.
going to reach everyone by social media.
Well, social media is just a medium. I mean, you can use all mediums, but I had mentioned that because of the current situation, and given that it is.
But I'm saying in general, we need that list updated. We need it.
Oh,
Yes,
well, I mean, they could update it. But you got to take into consideration all the turnover going as well. So that list, unless the store's been here for a couple of years.
well, I mean, you can create a list and eventually you'll know who's still up and running based on, eventually, because you're gonna know that, okay, well, a few of them fell off, so you know to remove them. But at least you have something that you can,
So what's wrong with the one Khalid that has sent?
I had sent, I think that it's the same one that I sent everyone from the, what's the name of that group? The same one that I sent the community board. I think I sent it, had them sent to everybody else.
Yeah, Khalid sent it out. So
And then
that one's not good.
well, that's the one I'm talking about, but it should be broken out because you can't, I mean, you can click on the different little links and you can see what the business was or is, but it needs to be, in a spreadsheet format. I don't know. I know that the churches, I think the churches, we can do a spreadsheet out of theirs, and the schools, but the businesses, I have to check again. So I'm gonna have to look into that and see if I can come up with a spreadsheet from that.
Okay, so you just want that pretty much in the spreadsheet format.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I got you.
I mean, that can be churches and schools. So I mean, if you want to do, let's say you want to do a merge for schools at some point, maybe the education committee wants to do something, they can utilize that as well, or anyone that wants to utilize the list for whatever mailing or email or whatever reason, you can merge from that main document. So that's the whole purpose of having that, readily available. And then, as I was saying, maybe a high school student can, they can utilize a high school student at some point to, come in a couple of hours and update information as needed on that database. So there's a lot of things to do, and I mean, sometimes I just get flustered because I think that everything should be in place and it's not. But I guess we can focus on just trying to get some information out there in terms of where the businesses can
Well,
reach out to, and if they have questions or if they need assistance, especially the ones that are doing the whole cash business thing, so that they can, at least have access to some of the funding that, may come out eventually, before or, after the new president is in office. It's probably going to take a little while before, that can happen, but, just to have something, in place so that, they're able to get access to that, those resources before it's gone, because I mean, the last
he said was going.
owned by the big businesses, and those were like banks and like Chase and these places that don't need it, because when you go to them, they give nothing back to the community but some pens. We can only give you some pens. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so that's what I have to say. I don't know if anyone else has any additional information that they can add to that or otherwise, but so Greg, what you can do is,
What I could do.
what you can do is, if you can lay out something in terms of this video for social media,
Well, it's not. Let's wait. It's not social media. It's a video. We're gonna create a video and then use social media. It could also be posted on the website
Okay,
and stuff like that. So basically, what it is it's gonna be a form of a medium. It's like a tool, like mail or a survey or anything else. But in this sense, because people like to watch stuff, and given they're all watching things right now, just even if they don't, so they can actually visualize and hear you say, if you need help with this, like the young lady was alluding to, if you have a cash business, things like that, and then you can give an email and say, and you can help with your spreadsheet and say, if you have a business, please send this information here so we can contact you. Therefore, you can build a list. So that's what I was saying. So we're going to use social media with that video, because I mean, you could write a letter. You know what I mean? It doesn't necessarily have to be a video, but I say that because people will probably rather, everybody doesn't want to read all the time. Not to say that people don't like to read, but you know what I mean? It's more interactive and it's quick. So I don't know how busy anyone is or not busy, but I'm just saying that's just a way to get them. And if they see you, like, okay, or even if they don't, completely get it, they might hear something and come back to it later, something like that. But so we're just using that to assist in everything else. And then I was alluding to maybe you could make another video with an official from Impact Brooklyn that's on a specific topic towards this kind of area for this business, then another one with someone else, if it could happen. But that's what I was saying.
all right, so I guess we'll have to reach out to those folks at Impact and so maybe the Department of Small Business Services has something, a video, something that they can, I can reach out to them and find out.
Well, again, I mean, either way, I'm not sure. You don't want to make one?
I mean, we can do one from community board, but I'm just saying, if we're going to repeat the same thing that Small Business Services has.
Well, it doesn't. Well, I don't want to say repeat because all the information. Sorry, I don't know if somebody was talking. I just feel like coming because again, we were saying, we're doing something. So I don't think it's repetitive. I don't think anybody's doing that anyway. I haven't seen anything like that. So I think it would,
So
I think it's.
Reach out to the contact over there and find out if there's anything like that.
Mm. And again, and it doesn't have to be like you were saying repetitive. It's just, again, like the young lady was asking, where do I go? Who do I call? Because everybody's not reading everything. It's just something short and sweet. And then from there, you expand once you get the contacts, like you were saying, because you were just alluding to you wanted a spreadsheet from that sheet. So I figured those same people in the community would contact you if they need it, just like that young lady was saying, like, I need this. You know what I mean? So once you give them the number, the email, and then you could also direct them to people at Impact Brooklyn in the meantime, you know what I mean? So they are getting help, because who knows how long it might take to get another video or something else out.
Okay, so what I can do, I can combine or compile rather some information from those agencies in terms of contact, email, information that's available, because there was a link that the Mr. Parker sent us with all that information, so we can, put that together. We can reach out to Impact Brooklyn and get their information, because I've tried reaching out to the contact who presented to us last year, and I haven't heard back from her. I mean, I sent like a couple of emails already. I think
they may have a new rep over there.
So I'm gonna have to call and find out. So that, so that I can update that information and we can have that. The state also has some information on small businesses, so I can reach out to them and get some information. So that's 3. We can do the chamber of Commerce, and there is, I think, one other agency there as well. So I would say maybe about 5.
That would be cool. I mean, it could be that, but it would go something like this.
Yeah.
You would be sitting down, like at a desk, something nice, you know, ambiance, you know, lights, whatever. But then you would just be, you know, Debbie, blah blah blah. You know, I'm coordinating the economic committee, whatever. You know, introduction, and then you just for small businesses, Impact Brooklyn handles this. They have these things here. We have this, and then such and such and such. And if you want to contact the community board, please send your information to, you know, CB9 at whatever. Or
Right.
you can call and leave your information at 718 blah blah blah, and someone will get back in touch with you.
Right.
Please, you know, leave your specific issue and your business name, stuff like that, you know. And then from there, I figure you would get a lot. Well, I'm not gonna say what you're gonna get, but they'll get the information. Like that's a better way to put it.
So I will compile that information
Okay.
and have it, you know, ready. And I believe that we can expand on it a little more at the next meeting, and then just, you know, have it, that information ready to go by, you know, the next time we speak.
Okay. You could call me or contact like let know me or somebody or contact me whenever.
Send it to,
Huh?
no, I said, once I compile the information, I can send it to Khalid so you can take a look at it.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
However it works.
Yeah, and then we can, you know, discuss it at the next meeting and, you know, finalize, you know, information.
Cool.
Okay.
Don't make it too complicated.
No, it's gonna be simple.
All right.
It's gonna be maybe, you know, the organization, you know, the maybe a link about that they can click on pertaining to, you know, their, you know, what the business and what information is available to them. Their contact number, maybe an address of where they're,
Okay. All right. Cool.
and that's
That
it.
sounds good.
Yeah.
No, it's good. It's good. Good.
And then at the bottom of that, or maybe, you know, we can put CB information and, you know, so that they can also reach out to the board and submit whatever information about the business that, you know,
That was good. Yeah.
yeah. So I'll put that together.
All right. So when you get that information, just let me know. Let me know. Like I said, you can call me, or whatever is clever, however it got to work. But as soon as you want to get it done,
Yeah, I'd
like,
like to have that done by next week.
all right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Anybody else? Any additional information to add to that? Rev?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
but
Hello?
I thought I
Yes.
lost.
Good night.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Yes. You were calling me.
No, I was asking if you had anything to add to, you know.
No, I think the layout and the agenda to get this moving is moving in the right direction. Before we close, I just want to get a clarification that what I would be looking at is for the information for you is our small businesses that do not necessarily have all the components that they're looking for, that whatever changes have been made to accommodate them, I will be able to know whether this is correct or not.
Okay.
Is that what it is? That's what it is, right?
And
So at least when
yeah, go
you'll
ahead.
be able to present that also to say,
that's
you
good.
know, yeah, if you don't have, this is what you
Or-
can do.
Or you
Yeah.
could film that, or you could do that part and film it yourself, and I could like edit it in there if you want to.
Yeah.
You could research that part yourself and film it. I mean, you know, in your own comfortable way. Like you don't even have to be in it if that's the case. You can voice over or something like that. You know, just have your voice talking over something about the information that you found about it or whoever you spoke to.
Right.
You know, it don't gotta be long. It could be 30 seconds. Again, nothing stringent. It could just be something directing the person to go help themselves fish. You know, whatever it is. But I could put it in also if you would like that. That's just a suggestion. And that you could give it to Debbie if you want. I don't know, whatever. It's just a suggestion.
Good idea.
Yes, we'll work that out. We'll work that out, and whatever would be best for the benefit of the community is a decision that we both could make. All three of us,
Yes.
for that matter, will be able to make. We're not going to just sit down and let things just run away, but we are going to make the best of our abilities. We're going to make contributions to move ourselves and our community forward.
Yes, I agree. That sounds good. Any
All
additional
right.
questions? No? So what I'm going to do is, compile that information, I said, and have it ready next week.
Mhm.
And Bishop is going to look into, the information that you spoke about, and then we can take it from there.
Will do.
Cool. All right, cool.
So,
Sounds good.
yeah, once I have the information, I'll have Khalid, forward it to you.
Mhm.
And so that you can look it over and see whether we should add anything else or remove
Mhm.
what's on there. But I'll make it as,
All right, cool. I think I should be able to make a stream here so I could connect with you. If you ever have a computer, because I might not have to come there, but I should be able to help you if you need to record from where I am. I should be able to do that. So yeah, no guarantees, but I should be able.
It's really great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Debbie, and don't forget, we're going to ask, the powers that be, if it's permissible for what we are deciding now that we want to do.
Right. Well, once we
Yes.
compile the information and, we have a sense as to exactly what we're going to do with it, which we have an idea, but just to finalize, we.
Right.
Yeah. So that's the plan.
All right, cool. So when you get all of that stuff finalized,
Yes.
we'll get it moving from there then.
Also,
Gotcha.
Greg, the support shop local signs. Did you make
Okay.
any progress?
I made some. Khalid, you on the phone or not?
Khalid?
Hello.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, what's up? What's good? How you doing, bro?
I'm doing well, Greg. It's good to hear from you.
Chilling. Yeah, good to hear from you too. I'm gonna send you this thing at the what's the email again? CB9 or
Yeah, it's BK09-1. I'll type it into the chat. Oh wait, but you're here by phone. Shoot, I forgot.
Yeah, I'm on the phone now. I'm just typing in my email. I have it here. I'm gonna just forward it. I'm gonna just forward you a link, right? You just click it, and the designs I made up there. You could just download them. You could see them and download them, right? And then you could send it out, I guess. You hear what I was saying?
Right. Hold on. Let me see. I don't know if it would have, we would have received it just yet. I'm refreshing my.
Hold on. I'm gonna send it to you when you let me know what's up. I mean, you'll be able to download it.
Okay, I'll let you know if I haven't gotten anything yet, but if I have issues.
Yeah, I didn't send it yet.
Oh, sorry, I thought you did.
Yeah, I didn't
if
send
I have
it
any
yet.
issues downloading it, I'll be sure to let you know.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me send it to you right now.
Okay, so he's gonna send it to you now.
Yes, well, I think what we're talking about is a great idea. And I think a small PSC would be great. So whatever I can help, I would be glad to help. I could just enjoy it. Even though I'm not a member of that committee, but I'm very much interested in small business. So
Yes.
just send me the info and I'll just give you my ideas and my comments.
Okay,
Okay? Just keep me in the loop. Okay?
thank you, Nicholas.
All right. And meanwhile, I'll speak to some more business
Okay,
that I come across to see. I have, like I said, I have this one person that I've been working with. So then when I find out, like I said, we need to be able to tell the people this is what you need in order for you to access help and what's available. And I think that PSA, a small video will definitely help.
okay,
Because I've given this person all the numbers, all the SD and all the numbers before. But so far he hasn't been able to do anything. The other question I raised was about the rent moratorium for small businesses. Is there any such thing?
say that again?
Rent moratorium? The money to pay their landlord?
That would have been a part of the PP, that,
That will be part of the help.
yes. That was a part of the
Okay,
package.
I got you. All right, thank you. Have a good night.
But I think that the city just put something out, so maybe that's something that, you can look into. I think,
Hey, if you have anything, just put it in the email and let me know. I'll go check it out, okay?
I think the governor just signed off on something else, so I'll have to go back and read that again.
All right, sounds good. All
Okay,
right.
yeah.
Take
All
care.
right, any other questions or?
Nah, Debbie, I sent that to Khalid, so he'll probably send it to you whenever you get a chance. Yeah.
Okay, so if there are no other questions, I'm going to make a motion to adjourn.
Oh, I'll second it, Debbie.
Okay, thank you. So we will, again, next month, on this, topic, and hopefully we can get that.
Yeah, when Khalid sends you that stuff, let me know, Debbie.
Yes, I definitely. will.
Okay, please, yeah, let me know. So, all right, I made 3 of them. 2 of them are a variation of the same one. The third one's pretty much different from the others. So
Okay.
I made 3, so you can check it out. And then let me know, and then we'll talk about it from there.
Send it to the Bishop as well, and I'm not sure.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to our brother for that brilliant idea. And I'm looking forward to us getting something done with that, since we can stay from wherever we are and get it done. And thank you so very much, Debbie, for your leadership. This is what we need in a time like this coordination of magnificent leadership and brilliant ideas that we all know we can take a piece of to really make a brighter tomorrow for our community.
That's great.
I actually tried
Thank you.
to, some PPE to distribute in the community from the federal.
I can't hear you.
Somebody called me back.
Yeah,
Follow up again.
You're breaking up, Debbie. Yeah, for real.
I was saying that I reached out to the federal government because a lot of the stuff that they had for the census, they didn't use. So I was trying to get some of that stuff to distribute in the community, but no one got back to me yet. So I'm going to try to reach them tomorrow again.
Okay.
If we can get some for the community.
Debbie, my phone is dying.
Okay, so
Good night, everyone.
My phone is dying. If you don't hear me, that means it's gone.
Okay, so we'll adjourn.
All right, good
All
night,
right.
everyone. Good
night.
night.
God bless you.
Okay,
Stay safe. Stay safe, Debbie.
Stay safe, yes.
you too.
Stay safe. Okay.
Stay safe and distant.
Yes.
Good night.
Okay. Bye, Greg.
All right. Good night.
Thank you.